Hi, it's Melissa again from Your RV Dream. I've had a lot of really good questions about my RV, why I chose it, why I chose the truck, what setup I have, and I just had another really good question about why I chose such a large RV. So I'd like to answer that question today and show you around a little bit around the outside of my RV and some of the features that I really like and things that are important for you to look at when you're deciding what kind of RV to get. So let's take a look around the outside. So one of the things about my RV is, yes, it is a large RV. It is 44 foot. It's known as a fifth wheel. It's also a toy hauler. As you can see, I have my motorcycle. I like the fifth wheel a lot. Well, here's another good advantage of the fifth wheel is that underneath of the front cap is a good place to store your motorcycle or your bicycles. I've opened some of the storage compartments so you can see inside and what's in there. The front storage compartment holds the generator and the battery compartment. And a generator is really great if you are boondocking or if you are just somewhere where you can't have electric. I was at an RV park once and their electric went out, so I was able to use my generator. I don't boondock a whole lot. I end up using it in places like truck stops. If I need to run the air conditioner, I can run the TV without a generator and just pretty much a single battery like I have set up here. You can only run a few lights. You can't run the air conditioner, you can't use the microwave, you can't use the TV or most of the outlets. So a generator is a good thing to have, whether it's big or small. In this compartment right here, which I didn't open, is a propane tank, and there is one on the other side as well, and they're very big. I think they're 30-pound propane bottles, so they hold a lot of good propane. I did like the storage. You can see underneath that there's a lot of room under there. I probably don't even use everything that I have in there. Most important thing for me to carry are these they're little dog pens, exercise pens, but I put them all together and make a little dog yard out of them. I do like the awnings. I wish there was one over the middle part, but there's one in the front and one in the back. And I like those a lot. I do know that there are some people who have put a canvas around the front of their end cap here and made a kind of a little garage for bicycles or motorcycles or any other things that they want to take out of storage. On this back side here, you can see what they call the off-door side of the RV. And I have things over here that mostly I use for the tanks and the water supplies. I have extra, these are called dog bone adapters for when you just hook up to smaller than 50 amp. It's really nice. I keep these because sometimes I winter where it's cold and I wrap the hose in these, the water hose in these insulation tubes, and it keeps me from worrying about it freezing unless it gets really, really, really cold. I have two water filters on my water supply, one at the spigot and one in here because at my dad's house here there's well water and it's kind of nasty. This is the black water flush hose that I have going in. It's really nice to have a black water flush that you can just turn on whenever you're flushing the system. There's the electric. There's the wastewater tanks. The what do you call them? The little handles that you pull out that releases. I have my hose just thrown under there right now because I don't have a permanent hookup for the sewer. Around the back side here, one of the important things I want to talk to you about are tire covers. And it's a really good idea to have tire covers. It keeps your tires from getting too much UV damage and wearing out before they really need to. So since I do sit in places for a while, over a month usually, or at least a month usually, I like to pull out the tire covers and put them on. It's pretty easy and quick to do, and it saves my tires from possible damage and earlier wear and tear. This back tank here, that's from the galley. That's just a gray water tank. On this RV, this is where you put the gas for the generator in there. I think it's a 10-gallon tank. And there's also an extra tank here for use with your toys. Let's see, I don't think that I unlocked that. Let me unlock that and show it to you real quick. Everything is lockable. Come on now. And of course the key doesn't want to go in there, so I might have to do this another time. Here we go. Yeah, it might be a good idea to... Anyway, so the key doesn't want to work in there because I actually need to put some graphite in that lock and loosen it up. I don't really use that very much to put gas in my motorcycles. In fact, I have never used it at all. It's a little gas pump in there. So if you're out boondocking and you have, let's say, dirt bikes, and you need to bring them in and fill them up, you don't have to carry a gas can. There's an extra gas tank in here to use just for your toys. This is the ladder that goes up to the roof. It's real nice. You can just pull a couple pins. It presses up against the side of the RV. It's easy to get up and down. Let me go ahead and take you up on the roof and show you what the roof looks like. So it's pretty easy to climb up on the roof. As you can see, I'm in the front of the RV. There's the awning on the door side. I have one air conditioning unit. That's my TV antenna. So it's pretty easy to get up here, clean the roof if I have to. I can use a power washer. I can have somebody else clean it for me. I did at one time at an RV park pay someone to power wash my entire RV, including the roof and the awnings, and he only charged $75. I gave him $100 because it's a really big job, and he did a really good job. This is the skylight over the shower, giving taller people a little more headroom and allowing light in there. There's my air conditioning unit. It's hot, so it's on right now. I don't know if you can tell. It's pretty quiet. It runs pretty quiet. It's way noisy on the inside, very quiet on the outside. So it's a big roof, but it can actually hold a good amount of weight. In fact, if you're at a NASCAR event and you want to bring your chairs up here and sit out and watch the race, you can definitely do that. So it's a big roof to clean, a big area to clean, but it is, what can I say? It's big. Let me turn this off for a second while I climb back down the ladder. Okay, so I'm back down the ladder, and one of my favorite features of this particular RV, besides being Tigger and Roo, my little pups, this Tigger on the left and Roo on the right, is the patio. The back door is actually the ramp to take the motorcycle up into the RV. And when I take this wire here, you can see it's just attached with a couple of clips. I can pop this wire out. This door comes down and becomes a ramp. I open those other doors to the RV and ride the motorcycle right up inside. Right now I have it set up as a patio, drinking my coffee this morning, and Tigger and Roo are out here watching me. A lot of the newer fifth wheel toy haulers actually have a set of steps attached now that come out. Mine doesn't have that, so I just use this little step stool right here to get up and down on the patio. These two side railings here, they fold down. Once again, they're clipped. They fold down flat. I push that up. In fact, I took a little video the other day of me putting the back up, so you can see how a very small person can put this back up. I wouldn't call it easy, but it's doable. So I'll show you that video. But I really do like the patio option. Okay, I'm going to put the back up by myself. It's a Herculean effort, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, if you drop it, run. Drop to the ground. All right, you got it.
Yep. Some of the newer fifth wheels are coming up with, instead of that section right there being a slide out, it's actually another drop down patio wall that comes down. I would say to be careful of that, because you can end up at RV parks where you don't really have enough room to do that. Technically, if you have enough room to put your awnings out, you should be able to put the side patio out. But I have stayed at an RV park that it was very small. As you can see, you can store things underneath. I have my kayak there. This is my doggy stroller, and I just push that right under the slide to keep it out of the rain when I'm not using it. Of course, Tigger and Roo can't go for real long walks, they get kind of tired and they walk slow with their tiny little legs, so I put them in the stroller. I've got another tire cover over there. One of the other things that I do want to mention about this particular RV, and I'm not sure how it works with all RVs, but I have a hydraulic jack system. Oh, that's my little poop bag bucket right there. And I did not, in the beginning, put too many blocks under the jack system, and I would hear an occasional pop or click from the hydraulic jacks because they were probably extended. I don't think they were extended too far, but they were extended far, and it took, I don't know why it did it, but it would just pop and click once in a while, so it probably wasn't good for the system. So I do like to put some blocks under there now. That noise is gone. It doesn't happen anymore. I do not have to get out and manually put these jacks down. Inside of this storage space right here, let me see if I can hide it from the sun, is an automatic leveling system. You can push the auto level button after you've disconnected from your truck, and it automatically levels everything up, drops the jacks, or you can do it manually and adjust each side. And that is a really nice feature. It was something that I was specifically looking for because I didn't want to mess with the jacks. I have my water and power cord going over to the house. I have boards next to it because once in a while a construction truck backs up here because they're fixing my dad's porch. And the one last thing I wanted to mention today is a surge protector. I mentioned it in our Facebook group, Your RV Dream, because someone had mentioned that they just pretty much fried some of their systems, and I think they fry their microwave, maybe the AC, I'm not sure. But if you plug it, if you just regularly plug in, and you end up plugging into somewhere with a faulty ground or the wires are crossed or something like that, you'll fry your systems. This surge guard is absolutely worth the investment. There are a few things worth the investment when you first start, and I would say they are a tire pressure monitoring system, a surge protector, and I would say definitely get tire covers. If I can think of anything else, I will definitely include it in some of the other videos. In the next video, I'm going to take you inside the RV and show you around in there and why I chose the things that I chose and why I looked at it. But right now, let me get back to the question of why I chose such a large RV. So, why did I choose such a large RV? When I first started looking at RVs and really doing all my research, I looked at all sizes because I had absolutely no idea what size to get, what kind to get, drivable, towable, fifth wheel, trailer, Class A, Class B, Class C. I had no clue. So I started looking and I started researching. And like I said before, my number one consideration was taking the motorcycle with me. So how could I take my motorcycle with me and still be comfortable? I looked at a lot of trailers, and some of those you had to actually drive your motorcycle into the back, into your kitchen area. And then you had to take the motorcycle out in order to have a usable kitchen area. And once I went into the bedrooms and noticed this very, very small closet space of the smaller trailers, I thought, oh, I don't know if I would like this. It'd be very difficult moving from a house, and I didn't have a large house. I had a small rancher, but still it was a house. I had 3 bedrooms and a kitchen and a living room and a big bathroom, and I just felt like I wasn't ready to go from such a large house to something so tiny. The other thing, the real factor, is that I went to RV shows, and that was a big deal. I walked in and out of RV after RV. I walked into the drivable kind. I sat down in them for a while. I sat in the bathroom. I didn't use the toilets because you're not supposed to do that. But I sat in the bathroom. I sat in the living room. I stood in the kitchen. I laid on the bed. I looked in the closets. And I kept going from RV to RV to RV. Yeah, this one's okay, okay. And I would make notes, take brochures of ones that I liked. Well, here's what happened. When I walked into a Cyclone, and I almost didn't walk into it because it was too big, too expensive. And I thought, there's no way in hell I'll ever be able to afford something like this, or pull it, or figure any of that out. But I thought, well, I'd like to see what it looks like. So I walked inside of a Cyclone RV, and I absolutely fell in love. And my thought was, I'm home. And I sat there for maybe half an hour. inside of that RV on the couch. People thought I was a salesperson as they kept coming in and going, and I thought, I'm home. This is where I want to live. This I could live in, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And on my way home, I practically cried the whole time because I knew I wouldn't be able to afford it. But once I got home, I put that brochure on my wall, and for the next couple of years, I worked really hard on a plan, saving money, searching, figuring out how to save money on the purchase of the RV and the truck, and I finally was able to figure out how to afford it. And I love to share that with you and how you can afford what you really want. And I'd love to talk to you about it and share all of the tips and tricks and ways that I used. It took a lot of work and research for me to figure that out, but I got my dream RV, and I want to see you get your dream RV too. So until next time, when I show you the inside of the RV, which is really, I think, the coolest part, because there are a lot of little features in there that make the decision, and it was walking inside of it when I made my decision, but a lot of little features inside that can help you make a decision as what kind of RV you want to get. So until next time, wishing you safe travels, blue skies, and smooth roads. This is Melissa, and bye for now.